So the time has come. The time has come to talk about something that many people have just not taken enough time to explore and understand. Have you guys ever wondered why, of all foods, they are really trying to steer us away from eating beef? They really don't want us eating any meat, but there is something about beef that they are targeting. Now, at the same time, they are pushing people towards more of a vegan diet. Listen, I'm not going to argue with you now. I love and have friends that are vegan. I think it's a healthy option to help cleanse and rejuvenate the body. I just choose not to do that long term, you see, because of what I know. When you grow food, vegetables, you can't just grow food in dirt. You need fertile soil. You also need nutrients in the soil so that when the plant produces, the produce also has nutrients in it. Now, almost none of you can tell me the true nutritional content of any piece of produce that you consume, because a simple nutritional fact content chart does not cut it. Not all fruits and vegetables are created equal. And I can tell you, and I've explained this in another video, that they can grow large produce without as much nutritional content in the produce, which means you have to consume more of it to get your needs met. Everybody forgets about nutrient density. Anyone know what one of the most inexpensive, accessible, nutrient-dense foods on the planet is? That is guaranteed to give you a nutrient boost. Because remember, even if you have a vegetable that is supposed to be nutrient-dense, you don't know the nutrient content of the soil it was grown in. So one of the foods that I am talking about, one of the foods, is beef liver. Ew, beef liver. But not just beef liver, grass-fed or grass-finished beef liver. I'm not here to get you to eat meat or red meat or beef, but to show you the truth. They don't want you to know. So everybody complains you shouldn't eat beef, blah, 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 inflammation. Look, this is how it works. When you grow food in accordance with the way nature intended, you produce healthy food. When you don't, you produce toxic food, whether it is meat or vegetation. If you feed cows anything other than what they are supposed to eat, eating them will make your body sick. On the other hand, if you feed those same cows a diet that nature intended, eating them makes you healthy. Now, a cow naturally grazes. It roams around, it eats grasses, some clovers, some alfalfa. They may eat some legumes, sometimes they'll snack on fruits, but they generally graze the land, and they eat pretty healthy. And they're consuming over 24 pounds of this stuff a day, at least 2% of their body weight. A lot of it grasses. And when you compare that cow to a cow that eats corn and soy meal all day, the difference is night and day. So there was a study done on this to analyze the nutritional comparisons between grass-fed beef and conventional grain-fed beef. First, what they found was that grass-fed or grass-finished meat had high amounts of phytonutrients, which you would typically find in plants, but the meat had polyphenols, tocopherols, carotenoids, which are anti-inflammatory, folks. You see, in a grain-fed cow, one that is fed conventional grains like soy or corn, things of that nature, in the meat, there are markers for metabolic syndrome, which causes inflammation, high levels of homocysteine, which is bad for the heart, high uric acid levels. Everything about that meat will mess you up. But interestingly enough, grass-finished beef, it does the opposite. There are already plant nutrients in the meat, antioxidants in meat, folks. Not only that, but essential omega fatty acids, DHA, EPA, which are omega-3s, which are anti-inflammatory fats. Are you with me so far? Listen to this. This comes from the study itself. Van Vliet found that grain finishing negatively affects glucose metabolism, while grass finishing improves mitochondrial energy metabolism. In addition, the grain-fed animals had more collagen metabolites and elevated markers of protein breakdown. This compromises both animal health and meat quality. Interestingly, the muscle of grass-fed animals closely resembles the muscle structure of a healthy human athlete. In contrast, the muscle of grain-fed animals exhibits early signs of metabolic health issues. Van Vliet and co-workers conclude that this is the result of both diet and ability to exercise. Animals being grass-fed on pasture are able to move all day, while animals in a feedlot are constrained in their movement. This would be similar to comparing active to sedentary humans. So in other words, if you go into the grocery store and you buy some USDA grade beef, you're pretty much eating the fat slob sitting on the couch all day. If you buy grass-fed, you're eating athletes. You get what you pay for. I tell you, expensive, high-quality food, it's much better than a medical bill. Now, if you don't eat meat, that's fine. But fellas, women don't respect salad eaters. Just have a piece of meat, Daffodil, it won't kill you. I'm just being funny, folks. Relax. You have to laugh sometimes, especially today. Anyway, since I brought it up, how many of you know something about creatine? Well, your body produces creatine, and you also get enough of it in your diet, unless you eat a vegan diet, which means you have to supplement or you have to get enough of the vegan foods that will provide the body with enough of the right combination of amino acids through mostly seeds, nuts, and legumes, leafy greens. Creatine helps to increase ATP energy in the muscles. It improves strength, ballistic power, muscle endurance, recovery, brain function, and there is plenty in beef. Now, here are some vitamin benefits to eating grass-fed, according to the study. The most recent studies found that alpha tocopherol is 3 times higher in grass-fed versus grain-fed beef meat. Tocopherols are vitamin E precursors, best known for their antioxidant effects. Similar to carotenoids, tocopherols protect against cardiovascular disease, certain cancers, brain function decline, and reduced eyesight. Ascorbic acid or vitamin C compounds were 1.5 times higher in the grass-fed beef compared to grain-fed beef. even though meat is not a great source of vitamin C, higher concentrations in meat have been found to improve shelf stability and quality of the meat. The B vitamins, B3, B5, B6, are typically 2 to 3 times higher in grass-fed beef due to the active grazing of growing forages. However, these vitamins can be added to grain-fed rations to raise their levels in the meat. This is not necessary in grass-fed diets. Niacin, a form of vitamin B3, was 9 times higher in the grass-fed beef compared to the grain-fed beef. Niacin promotes a healthy nervous system, digestive system, and skin. By the way, you know how they always say that beef is bad for the colon? Well, guess what grass-fed beef is good for? Grass-fed beef is also high in CLA, which has been shown to help lower blood pressure. It helps fight certain types of cancer by reducing the size and number of tumors. Skin cancer, stomach cancer, lung cancer. It helps to fight cardiovascular disease and reduces inflammation in the body. Listen, guys, I want you to read through this study. It's not that long. It's quite educational and will shed some light on the truth surrounding the beef industry and why they don't want us consuming it. Now, beef liver is impressive. For every 100 grams of beef liver, you get 135 calories, 3.9 grams of carbohydrates, 3.6 grams of fat, 1.2 grams of saturated fat, 0.5 grams of monosaturated fat, 0.5 grams of polyunsaturated fat, 37 milligrams of omega-3s, and 318 milligrams of omega-6. It has 20.4 grams of complete protein. And of course, it has vitamins A, a few B vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin K, and vitamin E. It has copper, selenium, phosphorus, iron, zinc, potassium, magnesium, sodium, calcium. It has choline for cell signaling, transport of lipids. It helps protect against liver damage. It also contains coenzyme Q10 or CoQ10. Beef liver is one of the very best dietary sources of retinol. Now, no, liver does not store toxins. The fat cells do. So it's completely safe to eat. But you can overload on things like vitamin A if you eat too much. So folks, I think I've made my point that they have been lying to us about beef. Actually, I take that back. They have been telling you the truth about grain-fed beef, but they don't want you to know about grass-fed beef. They want you sick. They absolutely do. And they want you eating bugs, not meat. We have to reduce the carbon footprint. Yeah, sure, whatever. That's all for now, folks, and there is more to come. Be sure to visit woodwardentertainment.com and the Woodward Entertainment Store. You can follow me on Instagram at JAEWoodward. Everyone have a great day, and as always, stay awake, stay aware, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all soon.